So, are you looking for a completely unbiased, fresh review of Dragon Age the Veilguard? If you are, then I got you, bro. As you can tell by the duration of this video, it's gonna be pretty lengthy. So I'd like to thank you all before we get into it, and you know, ask you all to drop a like, because this took a while to make, took a while to play on top of that. Yeah, anyways, let's get right to it. Outside of Veilguard, I have probably played 1 hour max of Dragon Age Inquisition. I'm bringing this up to, you know, let you know my experience with the Dragon Age games. Would it be a series or would it be a franchise? I don't know, but it doesn't matter. What I do want to know is, which Dragon Age game is your favorite? Drop a comment. I have recorded my entire playthrough of Dragon Age the Veilguard. It's currently on the channel. You can see it somewhere in the cards in the top right. You can also just find it in the playlist section. It's my most recent played game. Anyways, it's pretty long, so I doubt many people are gonna go watch it. Many people didn't watch it when I uploaded it, but it's there if y'all want to go check it out. All right, I'm going to try to make this video as short as possible, but emphasis on try, because I like to yap. So I'm gonna split this into 3 parts, and the first one being my playthrough, as in my character, like the race of character I chose, some of the flavor text, some of the choices I made, as well as the romance route I chose, so y'all know basically how I played the game, right? 2 will be the gameplay, so you know, pros and cons of the game, pretty self-explanatory. And the third one and final will be about the characters, which will be the longest part in the video because there's a lot to talk about. Then at the end, we're gonna reconvene and, you know, I'll give you my rating of the game. So that's not really a part, that's just like the conclusion, I guess. So let's jump in. My rook, the romance route, and some of the choices I made. My rook is a dwarf with the origin in the crows. I chose to be a warrior since dwarves can't use magic. So I basically locked myself out of a portion of the combat and gameplay. So it is what it is. My romance route, honestly, if you looked at my playthrough of the game, it's pretty obvious. Like, I think like the 4th episode, I locked in Nev already. I don't know, locked in, you know, the romance route for her rather quickly, to be honest. Honestly, most of my choices in this game were based on how I'd probably answer. There were some that were like, whoa. those are pretty hard to actually answer, you know. And typical BioWare dialogue, it's just, you don't say what you pick. I don't like that, but most of my choices were how I'd probably do it. That's how I usually play these games, these BioWare games. Mass Effect, blah, blah, blah type shit. And then otherwise, I chose the ones that, like, obviously Nev would approve, you know, bump up the relationship. So speaking of the ones that'll bump up Nev's approval, the big one is I chose to save Minrathous over Treviso. So Lucanus, that approval was like poof, down the drain for a while, bro. So I had to build that back up, build that trust back, you know. I also did all the side quests, and I got the ending of the game that got me to where Solus got his redemption, I guess, or his atonement. I chose that one. I was going to beat the brakes off of this nigga Solus of me. I was going to do it, but I decided against it because I wanted to listen to Varric. I basically did everything to experience the entire game, make all my side quest adventure and shit go to waste, and not use the ending that I got, you know. So that's why that's another reason why I chose it, outside of, you know, listening to Varric. I'd say I liked how I did my character. I do think I should probably go back and try the magic, but I probably won't. I probably just keep this as like a playthrough game for me. But let me know if you tried the magic or not, because I'm unsure how that was actually like, because I haven't played it. Yeah, I think I like most of my choices. I just don't like how, you know, obviously, like I said, BioWare's whole dialogue thing is kind of not what you talk about, not what you say. I don't like that. Some of the things were a little questionable, but I mean, it is what it is. Nothing really too crazy. Yeah, I guess we can get to the next one. This one was pretty short. I feel like the next one should be a lot, you know, longer, especially the characters. I have a lot to say about the characters, so let's get on to the gameplay. The gameplay I would like to talk about would be the combat the exploration, and obviously the boss fights. With the combat, I feel like most of the time the combat was good. Like the combat exploration was like, I didn't really have like much problems with it. However, when the game, when it's good, it's really good, but when it's bad, it's really bad. It's very noticeable when it's bad and when it's good. Because like sometimes I do feel like the game is literally playing against me sometimes. Like it's resisting me sometimes in terms of like, you know, how I play. That could be a, like, you know, just a me thing with my controller, blah, 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 whatever. But I think my controller is perfectly fine. Either way, the favorite move I had in this game will always be the drop kick. It's just super disrespectful. I just like it. I also think that the combination mechanic is pretty cool. I haven't really played many games like that. Obviously, I haven't really played many Dragon Age games or, you know, games like this. So I did like the combination where I just use like Nev's one attack and I just drop kick him and then boom, a big ass explosion. I like that. Like I was talking about with the game working against me, there I have a few more gripes. Platforming wise, I had a couple issues with just the platforming. Again, it was more of like the reason where it's like the game's just working against me. It's the inputs didn't really want to work all too well, and you know, sometimes it feels like the game intentionally has you losing, bro. But most of the time, like I'd say at least like 80% of the time the game was fine when I played it, combat and platforming wise. It was just like a few times when it was just noticeably like, whoa, what the fuck was that type shit, you know? I thought it was fine. But getting into, you know, my biggest gripe of this game and just in general of like gaming, I will stand on this until the day I die. Adding mob characters to boss fights does not increase the difficulty or quality of the boss. It's annoying. Like, I love BioWare. I love the games. I love Mass Effect. I should say I like BioWare, but I love Mass Effect. I should probably word it like that. But come on, dude. It's egregious. Like, majority of the bosses in this game just summon shit for no reason. I understand, like, the gods, Gillinan and Elgar'nan. I would understand if they spawn stuff, right? Especially Gillinan, because she's like the goddess of monsters, right? It makes sense. It's in her title. However, why does 90% of the bosses summon some extra goofy unnecessary monsters? It's ridiculous. If I wanted that, I'd just go fucking fight the things outside, bro. I'm fighting the boss. I view it as just subpar fucking game development, in my personal opinion. Like, the bosses were fine. Then they just had to make them shit by adding like all these unnecessary extra dog shit mobs. I just wanted to vent that out because it's just annoying. I will say, boss wise, I beat the fuck out of Elgar'nan or whatever. I beat the hell out of him. He was probably like the easiest boss in my personal opinion. I just beat the hell out of him, bro. I'll play a clip right here and then we can move on to the characters.
Your recalcitrance has doomed every pathetic creature in existence.
Oh my god, you're getting smoked right now, my nigga. Do something. Actually, I should relax. I don't want to, you know, give him any ideas.
I will see the last glimmer of defiance from this wretched world. And from the ashes shall rise a blighted empire, bound to me alone.
All right, the characters of Veilguard and how I think about them. This will obviously be the longest portion of the video because tier list time, baby. Character tier list for Dragon Age the Veilguard. This is obviously for like the character section in my, you know, big old review. So yeah, I didn't make this one. Shout out to like Nora. I don't know. I can't really say shout out because I don't know if you do any like weird shit or not. But thank you for making it so I don't have to. There's also a couple characters I don't fucking remember on here. Like I don't remember the names of. So I'll just do the characters that I do know, and you know, look up the ones that I don't. So I guess we can get started because I'm just gonna do this because I was like, there was one that had like all the characters, but it's like, no, no, I'm not. There's like 200 ones. I'm not doing that. But either way, let's do this. Let's go. Stalguard, like you You know, I'll take a high C. You know, he was just there for like Harding's quest for a little bit. He was there at the end of the end battle as well. I saw him. I did interact with him, so he was all right, I guess. Alec, I'll put Alec in the same one. This yeah, low C. I wouldn't say they're bad. It's just more like they didn't really do it much. Like Alec was kind of like, you know, at the end he just kind of like became like subservient, or like, I wouldn't say subservient, but like you know, he just became like the errand boy to Nev at the very end of the game. So yeah, I really had nothing to say about that. Tasha's mom, probably also a C. You know, she was cool. A lot of the side quest characters, honestly, kind of like whatever, because like they're kind of like meh. Tasha's mom, I feel like was just like, you know, annoying for, you know, it was kind of annoying sometimes, you know. Though, I mean, I guess, like, you know, like mother likes daughter, but I mean, but they're technically not related, which is the interesting part. So yeah, but still, I'll see. I wouldn't say C is terrible. I'll probably even put like another tier below D, just so like I can make it look like it's not as terrible as it is to B and C. There we go. It's not that terrible to B and C. You're like mid. Emmerich though, Emmerich. Emmerich's an A tier. Emmerich's an A tier character. I really liked, for some reason, I really liked his missions, where, you know, we got to take out like a Hezencross, all the stuff in like the necropolis. I really like that for some reason. I don't know, but I did. So that's all I really say about that. So like we can, you know, continue doing all this without, you know, wasting so much time. Antoine, B tier. Same with Emmerich. I have no idea why I liked the Antoine. Where's Efka at? Efka and Antoine. I'll put Efka above Antoine, but I mean, I really liked their quests in the Hosberg wetlands for some reason. I don't know why. I have zero reason why I liked it so much, but I enjoyed, you know, their quests because they were pretty funny. They were pretty, you know, interesting, you know, characters, I guess. But yeah. Let's continue. Harding, I feel like basically most of the Veilguard is most of like the companions are A tier. So most of them. Harding, A tier. Obviously we got to see her be like, you know, one with the stone. You know, she was actually like you know, a one that was actually like a Titan, or like she has like she's part of a Titan or some shit. Complicated stuff, I guess, but A tier nonetheless. Dorian, I honestly, I'll put him in low B tier. I just don't remember seeing him that much. I just don't remember, like, cause like I guess like the first time we met him was when we interacted with the first warden, being this bald guy down here. He like saved my ass a little bit. So we really didn't see him that much, but he liked us, so I guess that was fine, I guess. Isabella from the Lords of Fortune, she was all right. I'll probably put her top of C, because like, again, we didn't really see her much. I also didn't like going to like the Hall of Valor, because it was kind of boring over there. There was like, I feel like the Hall of Valor, like a location, the region or whatever, was just honestly kind of wasted, because like I feel like there was a lot more that could have been done over there, but they kind of just like, you know, didn't do a lot over there. Morrigan, at the very beginning of the game when we first met her, she was kind of like whatever to me. I was like, yo, who the fuck is this bitch? Who the fuck do you think she is? But as the game went on, she actually became like a lot more, you know, interesting of a character. I like, obviously, like, same with Harding. Apparently she was like super important in the or she was a part of the Inquisition, as in she was a part in the game, because obviously since I haven't played the game, I have no idea what the hell they were doing. So, but Morgan was pretty cool. I'll put her in B tier as well, because I fuck with Morgan. Next up is, I believe that's Viago of the Antivian Crows, or the Crows, okay? But if y'all have watched or remembered from my my like little like breakdown to like my playthrough of the game, I chose to be an TV and Crow, and obviously the one that like they kind of like, you know, kicked me out because I, you know, was very loud. I was not really a good like stealthy guy. So yeah, but Viago, I warmed up to Viago like throughout the game, because like at the beginning he was just kind of like, you're so annoying. You're so annoying, Rook. You're so annoying. And I'm like, okay, bro. Okay. Yeah, I'd just say B tier. I probably actually no, I'll put him above Dorian, because at least I really liked going to Treviso, and I also felt like, you know, because like I did do the quest line, as you like, again, this is after I've explained everything, but this is before I recorded it. Like, as in, the time I made this tier list is before I recorded the actual review. So like, I'm saying this shit in the pretense that I've already said the stuff that I'm talking about right now. But like my choices, as in, you know, I chose a Crow, and I also chose like the to assist him in Rathis over obviously Treviso, like I said. So I basically like felt like, you know, basically like I needed to do all this shit, you know, to help Treviso, because again, like, as for the character, like the flavor text that I chose for in the very beginning of the game was that like I'm a Crow, and you know they were on like sour terms a little bit, but I'm still a Crow. Then I proceed, like I was raised in this area where the like Treviso, where I was, you know, where the Crows was, and then I basically left Treviso to fucking get blighted and shit. So yeah, but anyways, next up is Davrin a goat. Davrin and Asan. Where's Asan at? Asan, I'll put Asan in S tier. I don't know, the other niggas that like aren't exactly like the main characters, in like the sense of like the main characters, like the companions are pretty cool, I will say. Asan's dope. He was a dope character. I unfortunately at the end, Davrin did die in my playthrough. That I would assume also includes Asan, so that's sad. I did save the Griffins though. I did every single side quest, all of them, to experience the full game. Next up is, I believe this is Myrna or whatever from the Necropolis. She was okay. I feel like, you know, the dude right below her, Vorgoth right here, is cooler than her, so I'll probably put her in like C tier, because like you know, like I said before with Emmerich, I really like the Necropolis quest, or like going to Necropolis and shit, so she's like not that low. Next up is Manfred. Absolutely the best character in the game, hands down. Comment about it, you could be wrong. No, you can drop a comment, but you're wrong if you disagree to me here. You're wrong. Manfred is the best character in this game. Like you can have your opinion. It may be wrong, but you know, I'll let you have it. Manfred's the best character. And next up is Tosh, the you know, the controversial character, bro. Yeah, I will say, you know, she was annoying, but like, you know, I don't know, I really wasn't, you know, that pressed about it, you know. Like at the beginning I was like, oh brother, this bitch stink. You know, I was like at that at the beginning, but I mean, I don't know, it's just like like her being, you know, like the whole like non-binary character or whatever, it really just doesn't matter at the end of the day. It really doesn't matter, because like I did the quest because I wanted to do the quest to experience the full game. You don't have to. She'll just be like, you know, weaker at the very end of the game if you want to. It's like her being non-binary doesn't really fucking matter to me. I also, you know, question it in the terms of like, why does it matter in the terms of like saving the world, you know? Like that's me personally. I think, you know, being like your gender identity shouldn't matter in a certain situation like this. Like we gotta fight these two fuck niggas right here, Gillenade and fuck, I literally just beat this guy, Elgernan. We really gotta beat those two niggas. And I have to, you have to worry, like, you're like, oh my God, I don't feel like a girl or a man, like, or a man. It's like, I don't feel like that matters, like, at this current time, you know? But like, again, like I said, it doesn't really matter. It didn't bother me, you know? I'm not scared of, you know, different feeling people. Ooh, non-binary person gets scared. Drop a comment, I guess. I'm not really, but again, I didn't really care. I don't really care. So I'm gonna put Tosh. She's probably like my least favorite of the companions, I guess I would say. Balara, she was pretty cool. I put her up there. I haven't really got much to say about Balara. I kind of predicted her quest line, to be honest, with her like brother coming back, and you know, we have to deal with him because he, you know, he turned himself into some, you know, just henchman for this like other dude. But yeah, like I think it was all right, I guess. Or she was like, I don't know, I just didn't really like get deeply involved with her quest. So yeah, obviously Gillian and fucking why do I keep forgetting this other nigga name? Gillian and why the fuck do I keep remembering this, like not remembering him, bro, or misremembering it? Elanane and Gillian and Elganan, yeah, they're F tier. In terms of this being like, I guess they did good at being villains, but they kind of like, I don't know, I feel like they were kind of like, you know, lackluster. They're just kind of like, I mean, I understand being evil for the sake of being evil, but it's just like they weren't really like great at that. You know. You know, they were just like, whatever. I remember this guy's face. I just don't remember what his name was, so we're skipping him. We're putting him at the bottom. This is Ilario, which is, you know, Lucanus's brother or cousin, who ended up being a bitch made boy. So D tier, a bitch ass individual right there. Fuck, what's her name? She's like, you know, one of the veil jumpers. I'll put her in C, because I'll put her, you know, in C. I'll put her down here above, like, you know, Tasha's mom. Viper's dope. I'll put in Viper up here. I will say, I thought the Docktown quests were probably like my like second to third favorite like area. First, obviously, with this Necropolis, I feel like, you know, the Ravane type of quest, like that's also in like the area of like the Hall of Valor. The Ravane quest, like I feel like the area there was probably like one of the best in the game. It's just that like that shit was like thrown in the back burner, bro. So I don't know. I feel like, you know, it's like Necropolis, Ravane, Docktown, the wetlands, or like the Hosberg Swamp or whatever the fuck that's called, and I think Docktown second, Treviso is third. There we go. Correction. I had to correct it because I completely forgot about Treviso for a second. But anyway, moving on. Rana was okay. I liked, you know, seeing like basically the opposite version. I wouldn't say the opposite, but like the Magister version of Nev. I guess not really the version of her, but it's more like, you know, the one that wants to do the right thing, but like, you know, is in like a very, you know, weird predicament being a Magister, which, you know, are viewed as the bad guys in Docktown, you know. But she's all right, I guess. Hazen Cross, you killed the best character in the game. Fuck off, bro. You piece of garbage. Fuck you, bro. The first warden, or the OG first warden, because Evka's the first warden now. The first warden that was in the game, that was in our game in Veilguard that we were meeting. This guy's a piece of garbage, bro. Well, you know, I guess he was doing his job in terms of like, you know, he was basically just there to do what he needed to do, but like he was basically stuck up in his ways. He wouldn't change. He wouldn't realize the fact that like shit is changing. I had to punch him, bro. I punched this guy. Yet like while I was doing, I was like, dude, there has to be another way to talk to this guy. Like I was 100% like under the like impression that like or I was like I made the assumption that there had to be a better way to get this nigga to listen to me, bro, and he just never would. I'm like, Jesus Christ, and I just had to do it. I just had to do it. So D tier, low C. Tia, Viago's, I'm assuming that's his shawty right there. So I'm gonna put them right next to each other because Taya's pretty cool. I'll put her above because she at least, you know, liked me, or like my character a little bit more than Viago did at the beginning. So yeah. Next up is Lucanus. I'll put him up here as no, he's like my third favorite character because there's one above him. there's one above him. Or one above Emmerich anyways. Lucanus, yo, I feel so bad because I fucked Treviso up by not going there. But again, I had to bring the romance up, bro. I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry. I had to do it, man. But yeah, Lucanus, actually a pretty good character, if I do say so myself. I really liked, you know, the whole, like, the split personality, because like he has like the demon possessing him right now. The whole Zara quest line, the whole you know, Ilario quest line, those were all great. I like those. Next up is Katarina, which is, you know, I think it's like the OG first Talon of like the crows, basically like the top brass. She's okay, you know, really didn't get to see her much, so I'll put her in like, you know, middle of C. So yeah. Oh, fucking Vorgoth, or like this nigga dope. This nigga is fucking crazy. Where's nah, I'm putting him in B, the shorty in C. Sorry. This nigga has a dope ass character design on top of just being like, you know, just like he's just dope. He's just dope. That's all I gotta say. Next up is the one I, you know, like I decided the romance in the game, Nev Gallus, bro. Of course I remember her last name. Nev Gallus, S tier character, because I you know, actually like romance her in the game, so I had to put her in S tier. Like, I gotta put her in the S tier. I also just liked her quest. I don't know, I feel like she was like the most, like, you know, one that I'd fuck with out of all the like the characters here in terms of like romance wise, because like, first off, I'm not gay, so I wouldn't choose Davrin or Lucanus or Emmerich. Sorry, but I mean, Harding and Bellara would have been all right. Tosh, I just don't, I couldn't see that happening at all. Harding and Bellara are great characters, just not, you know, or great characters in the sense of like, you know, they would have been cool to romance, just like not the ones that I decided to do. Not the one I decided to do. Either way, moving on. I think what's her name? I forgot this name, but I know it's the Heart of the Stone bitch from Harding's quest. So I mean, I'll put it in C tier. I'm also gonna put this nigga in C tier because I know who the fuck this is. I just can't I can't remember the name, so I'm just gonna put him in bottom C tier. But I mean, he's like a side quest character anyways. I'm surprised out of all these, like, fucking Syrian isn't in here, bro, like, which is like, you know, Bellara's brother. But anyways, Tarquin, C tier. We barely got to see him. Varric's a goat. I'll put him like right next to Harding, because also he was also a character that was apparently in the Veilguard, not the Veilguard, the Inquisition. I don't remember playing the game, but I played the game for like max an hour, and like that's like max, and like that's like all the time I spend in the game. So yeah, Spite. I like Lucanus is great. Spite really just got like nothing in terms of like, you know, he was just there, and like, you know, it was like, I'll be a little mischievous today type shit. It's like, it's kind of like whatever. He just is kind of there. I know this nigga is Strife, bro. He's going right next to her. So I don't really got much to say about that. But next we have Solus, a character that I, you know, have the most like complicated opinion of, because, you know, it's either like, you know, like everyone else is like great, meh, whatever, or just like straight up just like I don't care for them, right? Solus, it's just like they were, I don't know, I feel like Solus is like weird because if you like think about it, he's basically us, but like a version that failed, you know? He has basically failed in what he did So we basically took his place in the fact that, like, you know, we gotta save the world now because he fucked up. So it's like, it's something like that. I don't know. It's like, I remember talking about it midway through, or while I was playing the game. It's just like, the game is really setting you up to, like, you know, be like Solus in the terms like, he'll do it by any means necessary. He'll get the job done no matter what, no matter the sacrifices, no matter the blah blah blah, whatever, right? It really set me up to be exactly like Solus, but I chose the ending where it didn't end up like that one. So I feel like Solus was a decent character. I feel like he's an A-tier character at best because he has to be. He is literally the overarching antagonist that you have to overcome to, or to end the game. Because it's like, you either fight him, you convince him to stop, or the problem, it's basically those two. Those are basically the two options right there. And obviously with Gillenane and Elganon or whatever, you basically have to kill him. there's no redeeming those fuckers. Solus, like, there's like the slightest bit of redemption there. Because I was saying it during the recordings that, like, yes, Solus is a bad guy. I'm never gonna like, he's a bad guy trying to do good things. Like, that's basically all he's doing, bro. We basically were trying to do the same thing, but he was doing it in a whole different direction that I was doing it, pretty much. So yeah, but yeah, that's my tier list. Let me know what y'all thought about it down below. But yeah, we're gonna go back to the review because it's not done yet. The view is gonna be like chunky, so yeah. After the tier list, the conclusion. Let me know what you thought about the tier list, by the way. I know there was a few things I said in there that I didn't mention in the actual video because I recorded that yesterday of the time of recording the rest of this. So stuff like, I didn't mention Davrin and Asan dying in my playthrough, as well as Manfred, because I kind of forgot to mention that. I don't want to go back and edit it in, but it did happen. But besides that, I know people are probably gonna bring it up. MOFS, why aren't you talking about the woke shit? Why did you forget? What are you fucking BioWare, like, you know, shill? No, BioWare didn't pay me fucking nothing, and I didn't talk about it because it didn't fucking bother me. It didn't affect my playthrough of the video game. So that's basically it. I will say, yeah, Tosh was annoying at the very beginning of the game when we first meet them in Ravane. Just like, kind of like just an asshole, you know, like that's pretty much what it is. Like, they weren't nice at all. But I will say they got better as the game went on, as the game like progressed. They got better. They became more, like, you know, likable, enjoyable as a character. However, as you saw by the tier list, they were not the highest rated character. They because just because we didn't get more or didn't get enough from them, I also felt like most of the character was just being non-binary and not really much else. So I feel like they could have probably written them better. There's a whole like slew of things that they could have done a lot better in this game. I do feel like the impact that like Elganon and Gillenane had, like, it didn't feel like a world-ending threat. I'm not gonna lie, it didn't really feel like, it didn't really give that, like, they didn't have that gravitas to be like world enders. It feels just like a country ending threat or some shit like that, you know. It didn't really feel that crazy. However, outside of that, outside the woke shit, just didn't bother me. So I just feel like if you have like, you know, such a profound hatred for that, you're just a loser, in my personal opinion. Like, I genuinely hope like the worst for you. So yeah. But I mean, I'm not gonna say that you should, like, you know, I'm not gonna say like, you know, I hate you because you don't like this game. I'm just gonna hate you for the fact that you like it for such a ridiculously dog shit reason. So yeah. But I personally, I thought this game was enjoyable, at least, you know, for what I got out of it. I enjoyed the game. I obviously, if I didn't like the game, I obviously wouldn't have played the game as much as I did, Because like I said, I've played all of it. I did all the side quests. Obviously, I finished the game. I enjoyed it for what it was. I got my like, I didn't pay for this game, so I can't really say I got my 60 bucks out of it, but I did get my my time well spent. I enjoyed playing the game. Obviously, like I said, there was like a bunch of gripes in it, but it wasn't the worst game I've ever played. I will say there was like a funny moment when I when I was going through the credits, when I was like speaking about the game as a whole, basically right after beating Elgernan and shit. So my raw like conclusion opinion of the game type shit, you're gonna have to just watch the clip when I play it, because it's pretty funny. But before I do get to that clip and end the video, right, I'd like to ask you Dragon Age fans, what game should I play next in the Dragon Age games? Because I kind of want to play more Dragon Age after playing this game. I want to learn more about the world. Yeah, I'd like to know which game I should play next. I'm just itching to play later. Let's say, as of completing this game, I did not hate this game. Far from it. As you can clearly see, I was entertained. So I didn't hate this game. Was it a perfect masterpiece of a game? No, but I did not hate it. Let's see what's after the credits, though. Shout out to everybody that worked on this. I mean, like, again, you know, even if they did not make the greatest product, they worked on it, bro, and something went wrong. Of course. Wow.